My name is Cassy Summers. Welcome to the Curious Universe podcast. Hey, have you forgotten how magical you are? Have you forgotten magic? Have you forgotten your potency? Have you forgotten? That's the topic we're going to play with today is, wow, I mean, how many lifetimes have we had as various magical creatures? Now, you might not believe in lifetimes. I believe in multiple lifetimes. But if you're here listening to this show, most likely you're a curious person and you know that there's more to all this than meets the eye than maybe we've been told. But how many lifetimes have you had where you had true, real magic? And the deal is, we come in on the new lifetime and we don't remember. We've forgotten everything. We've forgotten the skills that we learned. We've forgotten the talents that we had. We've forgotten so much. But in an energetic way, we remember too much. What I mean by that is we remember the limitations we put in place in those lifetimes. We remember the times we were burnt at the stake for our magic. We remember the time when you had so much money and someone came and stole it from you. We remember the limitations, and we seem to often forget the magic, the miracle, the potency, the power of us. What if you didn't have to remember? What if you could actually engage in magic again and recall, reclaim, and re-own even greater than before? Because we can always outcreate ourselves. We can always have something greater. And like the greatest thing you've ever had in the past, what if you could outcreate that by a godzillion and keep going and keep having more wondrous things show up? The recall capacity is really cool. And I want to show you some ways that I've used it that have just opened up some magical doors for me. So for example, I was in Costa Rica. It was maybe it was a 7-day event. I can't remember. I was there for like a week. Okay. It was a class learning about the tools of access consciousness that I always talk about on this show. And they did horseback riding there. And I had done it once before. So when I was a kid, I did a little bit of horseback riding with my friend that had horses. There was this amazing horse named Kim. She was so sweet. She always took care of me. But I haven't really had a lot of experience and have had pretty much no training. Okay. And now fast forward, I'm an adult. I've been horseback riding once in my adult life for an hour. Okay. And that was it. And so I'm going in for my second time ever. And the guy kind of leading the way paired people up with particular horses. I'm riding this one horse, and I just asked, with this magical tool, I asked to recall all the lifetimes I was incredible at being with and riding horses. And I just asked to recall it. That's it. closed my eyes for a moment, I asked to recall it, and then I got on the horse. And right away I could tell like my body wanted to sit in a different way. Like kind of really relaxing my hips. Like more than I would think, because my head would be like, no, you want to kind of tighten around the horse's body and all this stuff. But it was like really relaxed. And then I felt like my shoulders just kind of, my posture adjust. And just expanded out on this horse and I was having such a good ride. And then someone had come up and they're like, oh, what horse did you got? And this particular person had done this like multiple times every year, like 3 times a year. She goes to the same resort. She rides all these horses. She really knew the horses. And uh and they were like, oh, you got this horse? And they were like totally shocked and like, oh, why? What? And apparently it was like a very difficult horse that only really advanced riders get. So like, how long have you been riding for? And I'm like, an hour last year. That's it. Like, and again, no instruction, just kind of like get on it and go. I had such a beautiful ride. This horse was amazing. And anytime there was some sort of challenge, I was just easily knew what to do, knew how to navigate, knew how to be with it without remembering, because I'd never been taught this lifetime. And without even remembering instructions from other lifetime, I could recall the energy. I could recall the magic. Kind of like the Matrix, when the guy like downloads, like, I know Kung Fu. I love the Matrix. If you haven't seen it, that reference is lost on you and you should watch it. And then you'll know when Neo learns Kung Fu, that's what happens. That's what we can choose. That's what can occur if we're willing to uh, recall the magic. Recall the magic. And really, what if we were willing to infuse all this into our lives in every way? Not just in this way of like recalling these cool things, but like actually allowing yourself to recall that you are a magical being. You are a magical creature on this planet. You truly are. Even if you don't think, like I used to think, oh my God, I was the most unluckiest person. And truly I was. Like I tested it. I was unlucky. I messed everything up. I would burn toast constantly. Okay. Um, I would never have classified myself as a magical creature 10 years ago, 11 years ago. No way. And playing with these tools and getting curious, exploring my universe, my consciousness has opened doors for me to acknowledge, to perceive, and to acknowledge and become this magical wizard that I'd always wished to be, but never knew how and never understood the ease and the possibility of it. So what magic are you that you have forgotten, that you have been negating, that you have covered up with whatever you covered up? I covered mine up with pathetic and abusive relationships. And maybe even if it's not that, what is it? Magic that you think that you've forgotten, the magic that has been forgotten in the world. Like, what if you could infuse that into your life? What if you could engage more with you as a magical creature? Really, if you look at it, I mean, ask yourself, use the light and heavy, see what pops up into your head. If you say, how many lifetimes have you had where you could, make things show up as if by magic? How many lifetimes could you levitate, or maybe you were telekinetic, or you had the power to read minds? How much can you actually do a lot of that stuff right now, but you have not acknowledged it because it doesn't necessarily look the way we see it in movies? What if you didn't have to remember how magical you are, and remember magic itself, what if you could recall all that would be valuable to you to recall and ignite the magic in your life by playing with it? That is how you ignite it. It's that engagement, it's that interaction with magic. So me like interacting with that horse, asking those questions, recalling, interacting with that recall is how I'm infusing magic into my life. And I do that all the time in so many different ways. And you can do that too. It's not just a me thing, it's a wizardly thing. um, on that note, as I wrap up this podcast episode, I wanted to invite you to a 4-day As If by Magic festival that I'm having. It is 100% free. We're going to do a lot of engagement in the As If by Magic Facebook group. If you're not in there, please get in there. There should be a link in the description below. It's also a free place to come and engage and play with magic. And to maybe, what can you recall? What magic can you recall during this 4-day festival? We're going to be opening the doors to magic. We're going to be getting on Zoom together. There's going to be a time where you can actually ask your own personal questions to me about yourself and your powers and your potency. And it just makes me so excited to see what is possible for us in this beautiful summer festival. Well, summer for me, it might not be for you depending on where you are in the world. So it's whatever season it is for you festival, but it is the As If by Magic festival, because truly embracing the wizard that you are allows you to live a life as if by magic in every area. So whether it's with the horses or with your business, with money showing up, with your engagements with people and animals and the earth. Yeah, it's all possible for you, my wizard friend. So will you join me? Will you come play? There will be a link to the event and the Facebook group in the description. Go down there, click it, check it out, and let's see what magic we can recall together. Bye for now. Thank you for joining me in the Curious Universe, where we break down the structure of this reality so you can have your own reality. Perhaps it's a reality filled with magic. I know mine is. Bye for now. Thank you for exploring the Curious Universe with me. Your curiosity matters. And what if together we could create a greater, more curious world?